Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with another update for a product pan. This is my product polish, which is the product that I used to do back in the day. I used to love it because I do love nail polishes, but I did take a break from it a couple of years just because I felt like I had finished up all of the nail polishes that I wanted to finish in my collection, but I kept getting requests to bring it back. So what I decided to do is I brought it back this year with twist, I guess. So instead of trying to finish nail polishes, I do have them in here on a rotation that I need to reach for each of them 3 times, just to get to know them better, because I have a lot of nail polishes that I've never used in my collection. So I wanted a way to get to know them but still kind of share them with you and make some good progress on them. So that is how I'm structuring it this year. I am working on 5 nail polishes at any point in time, and again the goal is to reach for them 3 times before I can roll them out. I need to also reach for them at least 1 time exclusively, and the other 2 times I can pair them with each other. I can pair them with eyeshadow and stuff like that. But I'm going to jump into the update and show you where I am with my nail polishes today. But before I do that, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So I have my swatch wheel here with all of the nail polishes that have been in the project so far, and we're currently on this end right here. So the first polish we have to talk about is this one right there. Is it? Yeah, it's this one right there. And this one is called Distortion, and it comes from Cleona. So that is this nail polish right here. This is actually one of their magnetic polishes. So with this one, I had 1 more use to go with it. I believe I had to use it on its own still, which I did. So it's been in for 3 months. I reached for it twice the first month and not at all the second month, and then the third month I did reach for it the 3rd time. So this one will now be rolling out. I'm very excited. I did like it. It's more of an autumnal wintry type of nail polish for me because it's a little bit more grungy, but I did still think it was beautiful, and I do love these magnetic polishes from the Cleona because they are very kind of dimensional and interesting on the nails. So this is the first polish, and again it's rolling out. Then the second polish that we have is this one right here. So we are skipping over that one. That one rolled out last month, but we have this one here, which is also another Cleona magnetic polish, and that one is called Warped. Warped looks like this in the bottle. This one I feel like was a little bit more seasonal appropriate. It's still a bit more grungy, but definitely a bit brighter and not as grungy as the other shade Distortion. So I did enjoy this one a bit more. So this one was the other way around. It also been in for 3 months, but I had only reached for it once. So the first month I was in the project, I didn't reach for it at all. I reached for it once the second month, and again 2 more uses to go, and I have reached for it those 2 additional times. I believe again I had to reach for this one once on its own, if I remember correctly. So I did do that. I know that everything in there I'm rolling out, I have reached for their own at least once. But yeah, this one is a beautiful kind of shifty shade. It has some glitter particles in it too, which I think is really stunning. It's a very beautiful nail polish, but again it's rolling out, so we'll be replacing it with something new. So the next polish we have is right next to it, and this was actually a cream polish. A lot of the polishes that I'm working on are Cleona polishes and more kind of glittery type of polishes, so like, you know, the shimmery polishes, because I have a lot of them in my collection now. But this one is a cream polish, and this one comes from the brand Live Love Polish, and it is the shade Sandstorm. Again, it's the kind of this dusty pink right there. This is the polish right here. Again, it is a cream shade. I have had this one in now for 2 months. So the first month it was in the project, I reached for it once, so I had 2 more uses to go. And again, I believe I had to reach for this one on its own at least once. And I'm happy to say that I have done that, plus the second use that I needed this past month in order to roll it out. So we do have another rollout. I'm very pleased with that. I've been trying to rotate through the polishes a bit more, doing my nails a bit more regularly, so I'm very pleased. But yeah, this is another one rolling out. Super excited. I absolutely fell in love with this polish, both on its own, but also to use as a base for the eyeshadows, to do like an eyeshadow manicure. I loved it that way because it's such a neutral color. It's quite pigmented as well, and it works beautifully with some of the topper shades that I've been using. This one is unfortunately rolling out, not unfortunately, because it's fun rolling new things in, but I did really enjoy my time with this one while it was in the project. So the last two polishes that we have rolled in last month, the first one is this one right here, and then we have this one which might not look like much, but I'm going to talk about that one in a second. We're going to stop over at this one first, which is another Cleona nail polish, and that is the shade Blackberry Bramble. Blackberry Bramble looks like this in the container. It's a really stunning kind of pinky purple shade with gold, orange, kind of fiery, like golden, orange, and maybe even red flecks throughout it. It's like very fiery, and they look even green at some angles, but it's a very stunning nail polish. And as you can see on the wheel, it's a little bit more of a spring summer type of nail polish, which I was very grateful to roll in. However, even though I rolled in last month, I actually have not reached for this one at all. It was one that I was very excited to reach for. I said that in the last update. I also think it's something that I haven't reached for at all in my collection, so I was excited to see how it looked. But I have just been very determined to get other things out of this project, the ones that have been in for longer. So I just didn't have time to get this one out. Next time I do my nails, again, I did do them yesterday, but next time I do my nails, I will be using this one because I just want to play around with it and see how I like it. And I'm excited to wear this on its own because I think it's going to be very stunning, but I also think it's going to pair nicely with some of, again, eyeshadow and panning. And then the last nail polish we have is this one right here, which is a very sheer nail polish. You can barely see it on the wheel. You might see that it has a very slight pink tint. And again, this one rolled in last month. And that is a polish that comes from Essie. It is this one right here called Mademoiselle. And you can see this one has a decent amount of use for me already. It is a nail polish that I've used a lot. And how I like using this one actually is as a base for eyeshadows. So I loved using it that way because it's very sheer, but it obviously still makes the eyeshadow adhere. So it's perfect in that sense. I don't love it on its own. Of course, I did use it on its own. Yeah, I don't love it that way because it's just a little bit too sheer and you have to do a lot of building up. But once you build it up, it's a nice little like milky pink, but I do prefer it as a base for eyeshadow. But I'm happy to say that even though this one rolled in last month, I have reached for this one 3 times. Again, it's an easy nail polish that I reach for a lot. I haven't had this one in my collection for too long, but you can see again that I have a lot of use on it already. So it just shows that it's a nail polish that I reach for quite regularly, even not in this project. So it was very easy. And again, this is what I have on my nails right now. So I am wearing this one with... It's actually a pressed glitter pressed on top, just like a layer, one layer of this, one layer of the pressed glitter, which created quite a sheer effect, but I do like it a lot. And yeah, that's how I used it twice. I used it with eyeshadow again twice and then once on its own. But this one will be rolling out, so we will actually have 4 rollouts this month. The only nail polish that is staying in is Cleona Blackberry Bramble, which I haven't used at all yet, but we're almost getting a full refresh this month, which is very exciting. I don't think I've had that at all in this project so far. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and roll 4 new polishes and we'll see what I end up getting. And usually a lot of them are Cleona, but well, I'm just gonna see what I get. So the first one is gonna be Live Laugh Polish Avignon, I think that's how I say it. So that's not Cleona, which is exciting. We're gonna do the second one. That I think is a Cleona one. Yeah, Cleona Purple Pampas. Okay, I have no idea what that one looks like. That is 2. We have Cleona Mini in Graveyard Shift. That is from the Halloween collection, I believe 2023. So that's 3. And then the 4th nail polish is going to be Cleona Space Cacao. Okay, I know what that one looks like. So let me go ahead and find those 4 nail polishes and then I will be right back with the new color story. So I'm back and I found all my nail polishes and this is the new swatch wheel. We have the new shades up here. So let me talk you through it. But before I do that, just to let you know, this is the shade staying in. That shade has rolled out and then we have the new 4 right there. So trying to cover up the old nail polishes, that right there kind of is my color story. So the first nail polish that we have is one that I have actually reached for quite a decent amount, but I haven't reached for it in a long time, and that is Avignon from Live Laugh Polish. It is a different bottle than the last one. It's like a different collection, I believe. But this one, yeah, is called Avignon. It is a beautiful kind of shifty shade that goes from a pink to an orange to gold. I don't know if you can pick up any of the shifts. I think maybe a little bit there. You can, oh yeah, you can definitely pick it up there. It's super, super stunning. It is more of a topper one, but yeah, it has that kind of shift, but also holographic sparkles throughout. And I really like this one, mainly as a topper, so it's going to be interesting to reach for it on its own. But that is going to be the first nail polish rolling in. And this one I'm very excited for because it's also very seasonally appropriate. And on a swatch reel, by the way, that is that nail polish, so you can see what it looks like right there. Then next to that we have this shade, which is actually a cream shade. I didn't know what that shade looked like. I mentioned that before. That is Cleona Purple Pampas, and I had no idea what that looked like. I didn't know it was a cream shade. I only have a handful of like cream type of nail polishes from Cleona, but this is one of them. So let me talk you through what it looks like. So again, it is just this kind of purpley shade. I haven't reached for this one at all. Can't remember. Yes, from the anniversary 2023 collection, they released like a couple cream shades and like a gold topper shade, but I haven't reached for this one yet, so very excited to do so. It is going to be nice to have another kind of cream colored base. And I also feel like this one will pair absolutely perfectly with Blackberry Brambles, so I will definitely pair these two in at least one nail polish look. Maybe that's what I'm going to do next. Use this one as a base and then this one on top. I think that is going to be absolutely stunning. Of course, I do have to reach for them separately too, but I think these ones will be a perfect pair. Then we have the last two polishes, which are quite similar but also quite different. They're definitely a bit more grungy and dark, but we have this one right here and then this one right here, but let's start with that one. And that first nail polish is this mini right here, which comes again from the Halloween, I think 2023 collection. Yeah, Halloween 2023, and it's called Graveyard Shift. It is this kind of blackened base with silver sparkles in it that goes into like a red shift at certain angles. It's super interesting. Yeah, you can see the red right there. But it's a very interesting nail polish. I'm excited to see what this one looks like on its own, but also pair with other things. Yeah, I haven't reached for this one either, so a new polish to me as well. But yeah, we'll see how it looks. It's not really this thing that I would like to pull in for summer, but I'm gonna make it do, and you know, I can always pair it with eyeshadows and stuff like that to change the tone of it. Again, of course, I need to reach for it at least once on its own, but yeah, I'm excited to at least get an idea of what this one looks like on the nails. And then the other one that was quite similar but also a bit different is this one right here, which is Space Cacao. This one is a super glittery type of polish. It does have that kind of deep base as well. I don't know if it has like a, I don't think it has a black base. I think it's more like a really dark brown base, hence cacao in the name. But it has a lot of multicolored sparkles. They have like blue, green, purple, pink, orange. Like they're just very shifty. I think you can see maybe again some of the shifts in the light there, hopefully. Mainly the blue, but it does definitely shift a decent amount. Yeah, I think right there you can see some of the shifts, but it's a very stunning, very sparkly nail polish, and I'm excited to reach for this one too, because again, it is one that I have not yet reached for in my collection. So yeah, those are the nail polishes that I'm currently going to work on. All of them are sitting at 0 uses right now because the only one rolling over is Blackberry Brambles, which I did not use at all in the past month, and the rest are brand new. So we'll see what I'm able to do in the next month. I'm also due to have my baby, so it might be like 2 more months or 2 months until I update again, because we'll see just how my filming goes, and also might not have time to paint my nails as much. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video nevertheless, and we're just gonna have to see when I see you guys again with my product polish specifically, but I will definitely see you again in my next video going up in a couple of days. Bye guys!